I did see some of the shots. So the black at the top right.
I knew I was going to miss that because I was over the middle, I was over the rubber.
Yeah, he carries your keeper as well.
Alright, welcome to the Players Amateur Championships 2017, sponsored by Renault Holcroft. Today we've got a second round winners match between Carl Sutton and Max Nosko. Both about even players, according to the betting. Race to 11. Should be quite a high standard game. I'm joined with Ian Duffy. Hi Ian.
Hi Ross. Yeah, I'm looking forward to this one. Should be a good quality match.
I commentated on Rob Warren's game yesterday. It never lasted very long. We were 11-1.
Yeah.
Rob never really missed much.
He's hitting a purple patch at the minute, Rob is.
He were playing next to me earlier on against Jordan Church, and He was actually 4-1 down, and he ended up winning 11-8, I think.
Yeah.
Max has just broke off in the first frame. Looks like he'll be taking yellows, cutting this one in the left centre.
I'll be interested to see which way they go, because me being world rules player, I can't really call what people are going to do because I'm not that sure myself.
Yeah. That's a bit unfortunate. He's tried to open that pocket up. He's covered one of his yellows with the black.
Yeah. Both be trying to get off to a good start and get the early frame on the board, settle the nerves.
Looks like it might be a scrappy one with that black over the pocket.
Yeah. Do you play any tours or anything, Ross?
I play at the 147 tour, and I'm planning on going on the UK tour next year.
Yeah.
And possibly some of these events that Lee's doing next year.
Yeah. It is good that they're trying to do something and get all the players together.
Yeah, next year's tours are the ones that Lee's doing is open to everyone, all players, professional or not. I heard Gareth Potts saying earlier that he were going to definitely go in that.
Is he?
Yeah.
So we know where we've got to be then.
Yeah. I'd probably favour Carl more of the scrappier games, being a World Rules player. More tactical than Black Ball, in my opinion.
I just think the players are so good that they can find their finishes, can't they? So what would be a good shot? World Rules, you know, one magical bit of shot, you know, initiative.
Yeah, I was watching Shane yesterday playing, and there was one frame where it just looked like he would just going nowhere, and the guy had both the bottom pockets covered, and Shane's potted one ball and split the whole game open. And because obviously you can pot your opponent's ball in these rules if you pot your own as well.
Yeah.
And just opened the whole game up and cleared up. Completely different to World Rules, really, when you get into the tactical side.
I think World Rules, you can feel confident that you're in a very strong position, whereas Black Ball, like I say, one good shot.
Yeah, you know it could just change in one shot the whole game.
They can turn it around. I suppose Black Ball players, because who play it regular, possibly see more shots as well.
Black Ball, yeah. I think it's definitely easier going from World Rules to Black Ball than Black Ball to World Rules.
No, I'd say so, yeah. Okay. Ross has just nipped off to get the player profiles, so have a little bit more information on both the players for you. I myself know quite a bit about Carl Sutton, but not much about Max Nosko.
I've seen Max play a couple of money games, and he's definitely, well, he's a black ball player and he plays a lot of money games, to be fair. Carl is obviously a World Wars player. Not seen him play many money games, but he used to go in a lot of tournaments.
He seems to be on the living on the table, Carl does.
Mm.
He's in something virtually every week.
Just last week he was in the final of the tournament in Malta.
Yeah.
Got beat by Dave Fernandez, I think.
Oh, was that the final, was it?
Yeah.
Yeah. I knew Dave won, I didn't know who he'd beat in the final. So two players I know quite well, Carl and Dave.
Are they then from your way?
Not from my way, they both play on the UK tour, and been in many competitions with the pair of them. Played Carl a few times, played Dave a couple of times as well. Don't hang around, does he, Dave? Do you know Dave?
No, Dave doesn't know, yeah. Seen him play, he's quite a quick player. Wonder if Carl's just going to take the double on here and try and fetch his bad red out.
Looks like
Needs to be careful of the black.
that's what he's looking at.
No.
Fancy the balls for Max more than I fancy him for Carl at this stage.
With that bad red on the bottom, yeah.
Yeah. I think Max could get on that yellow.
Well, if he drops this yellow in the middle, if he can see it, then he's got a couple of chances to get on that bad ball.
I don't think he can get through to that.
Carl's got a lot of achievements behind him. He's won the team title with the EPA England team numerous times. Won the singles European Championships in 2016. And the runner-up of the World Championships as well.
Yeah. He always goes to the later stage of the tournament. He's consistently getting to the latter stages. And you go, well, you've got to be classed player, the standard of the competition nowadays, to keep continually getting into the final stages.
Yeah. He's got to the final of the National Amateurs as well, twice.
Yeah.
Never won it though.
Did he lose to Rob Warren both times on that, do you know?
I know he definitely lost 8-1, I think, to Rob Warren once.
Yeah, got a feeling Rob and Carl have been in the final twice, and Rob's just edged it both times. But it is a coin toss between the top players, isn't it?
Yeah,
There's
just
no-
on the day, really. Just
Yeah.
how they break.
I think the break's massive in world rules anyway.
Carl's put his favourite professional player as Phil Harrison.
Can't argue with that.
Says he's got nothing but respect for him, and his competitiveness and will to win.
Yeah. Lovely bloke as well, Phil Harrison. He's got time for everybody. So down to earth the bloke is. I think if he knocks this double in, it's game on. Yeah. Good shot, Carl. You never know how it's going to go with these rules. You get two good players on the table, and it's easy for either of them to roll 5 or 6 frames on the spin.
Yeah. Right, so that looks like 1-0 Carl. Thing Carl would most like to do is win the World Championships. He's been the runner-up once last year. Not won it yet though, but I'm sure he's got quite a few years left in him. He's only 29.
So that's everybody's dream, isn't it, I suppose, winning the world title.
Started playing properly when he was about 14, says on his player profile.
Table's very quick this weekend, aren't they?
Yeah.
What he's done there, he just didn't like that shot at all, did he?
Doesn't look like it.
Don't know if he's cued it badly or just felt like it rolled off. Nice easy starter for Max. Good shot.
I think he's going to have to do some work to clear these up on this visit.
Yeah.
Not really got a lot of an angle on this ball. was a surprise earlier when Seb Webb beat Steve Petty 11-6. Steve were 1-6 on to win that match.
I'm surprised that the bookmaker gives odds that high. 6-1 on a 2-horse race with quality field. Just seems. I think anybody can beat anybody on the day. I don't think there's that much between anybody really.
I think the outright betting for Petty will probably be quite high now, probably around 8-1. I'm sure some people might have a bet on that.
Yeah, because he's going to go hard ways.
Because if you lose any of your matches in this, in the loser's side, you have to play about an extra 4 matches, I think. If you win all your games, I think you play 7, but if you lose your first one, you end up playing about 11 to get to the final.
Wow. Now what I've got to do then?
You've had 2 11-10s, haven't you?
Yeah. I was behind all the way yesterday. Played some great stuff. So did he. And just he did have his chances, but he didn't take them. So punishes you this game if you miss your chances.
I just fell over the line yesterday against Hitan Patel.
Yeah.
I was far ahead. I was 5-1 up, 7-4 up. I was ahead for the whole match, and he brought it back to 9-all and 10-all. Just managed to fall over the line.
Another quality player Hitton's been around a long time.
2-0 Carl.
Max needs to get a frame on the board as soon as he can.
Doesn't want Carl to run away with it.
No.
Split them quite well, but nothing's went in. Max just uses his playing cue to break with. A lot of the players there have got Jason Owen break cues.
You got one, Ross?
I've not, but might be getting one. Shane Thompson's got one.
Yeah.
He's sponsoring Jason Owen's sponsoring the event, first event next year. His cues seem to work quite well for most people who use them.
You see him scratching their head though when they don't make a ball. They use a Jason Owen cue and they expect to pot every time, don't they? Definitely a finishing way for Reds. This could be 3-0.
Jason's got a big waiting list if anyone wants a cue off him. I think it's come about 4 or 5 months now.
Wow. This is what the players want. Tables this quality. For all you people who've got clubs out there, this is what you should be striving for.
Yeah, Lee's definitely put a lot of work in to get this venue for these tournaments just top quality.
Look after the tables, constantly cleaning and brushing and ironing.
After every match, yeah.
You know, forcing people to use the
racking cloth.
Yeah. Carl's got off to a great start here. He'll be well happy with this.
Looks like he's making light work of it so far. I think Max definitely needs to put some frames on the board. Can't let Carl get too far ahead. I was watching Seb's game earlier against Steve Petty. He played very well. He had about 4 or 5 breaking dishes. Out of the 8 breaks he had.
Good standing. Seb plays a few money matches, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Never got into that scene myself.
No, neither have I. Not yet. Max has took yellows.
What round is this?
This is the... Well, if you include the prelim, it's the 3rd round.
So last 32
This is the last 32, yeah.
of the winner's side.
Of the, yeah.
Yeah.
Max has just took the pocket there, I think.
I think he was going for that. Just took his eye off it.
Carl's looking at the skill shot. Don't know if it's too close to the yellow that is nearest. If you can hit the yellow over the pocket full ball. He's definitely going for it. Not got it.
No. It's not the easiest thing to master, is it, that?
No.
I tried it a couple of times myself and managed one, but failed the other time. Did exactly the same as what Carl has done there.
So now Max could pick the white up or have a free ball or both.
Yeah.
In these rules, 2 visits don't carry, so after the first shot, regardless of whether Max pots one or not, they'll still only have 1 visit.
Is this best of 21 all the way through, or is it?
On the winner's side it is, yeah.
Right, semi-final, final?
Everything, yeah.
Yeah.
First to 11s.
That answers your question, madam. How many frames is the semis in the final?
If you get knocked out in the winner's side, you still got another chance in the double elimination competition. First to 8 in the loser's side. Have to play a few more matches though. Just lost the white a bit there, I think.
Yeah.
Might be forced into a double.
But it is something that can be done, because in the last competition that Rob won, he did lose in the main side and then went through as one of the winners on the loser side and ended up winning the tournament.
Beat the favourite Mark Boyle 11-10 in the quarterfinals. He's into the last 16 of the winners' side today. Robbers, who beat Jordan Church 11-8 earlier.
Yeah, it was a great matchup that was, because
Jordan was second favourite for the tournament.
top class.
But after Max's performance, after Rob's performance yesterday, he went to even betting with Jordan.
Yeah, he's got to be one of the favourites for the tournament, Rob, as the way
He will be now
the way
that
he's
Petty
played.
and Church are in the losers half, definitely, I think. I think if Carl wins this match, he'll be one of the favourites as well. Carl and Rob are both about 12-1 before the start of the tournament.
If anybody's got any questions about betting, I think you need to ask Ross. He seems to be well up on his odds. Something I don't really do. I used to gamble in my youth days, but not anymore.
Max has tried a cut in the middle there and missed it.
I think Lee Kendall should get us our lunch, don't you?
I think he should, yeah. Not a lot Max can do here, really. I'll have to find something special with, I think, to stay in this frame. Just played a little containing safety.
Max has got it all to do here.
Looks like he might be playing there. Double off the red. Might be the only chance to get back in this frame. If you can see that. He's played cushion first and hoping to get that pocket.
Good attempt. I thought he was a bit straight on that yellow for the back double. Just an awkward cue in as well would have been horrible to look at.
I think Carlo either cover the pocket here, which it looks like he is doing, or if he fancies going for him, he might split them up off that ball over the pocket.
He only needs to bump that yellow that's directly above the red over the hole.
He should have game on, really.
Yeah.
Being a World Wars player, I could see him just nestling up to the red on the right
me
bottom
too.
there.
I think a black ball player is going to smash that open, don't you?
Yeah. Opted for another route, just to...
The thing is with Carl, because he's 3-0 up, he doesn't need to take the chances, does he? He can just play the containing game. I think sometimes with this game, if you go behind, you can just go all out attack and get yourself back into a game. Just be positive.
I think Carl's got to cover the pocket here now. Can't see Carl losing this frame from here, really.
I thought he was a big favourite for the last few shots, but like I say, I'm sure Max is thinking of something. You've been playing black ball long, Ross?
I've only practiced. Well, this is the first competitive tournament I've been in. I've just been practicing for the last 2 months at black ball. I'll be playing Dom Cooney or Sean Storey, whoever wins that game.
So did you know Max beat in the first round?
Not sure, to be honest. I think he beat Aaron Davies actually last night, 11,
Oh, yes.
11-9.
It was a late one, wasn't it?
Yeah, I know Aaron were 9-8 up.
Yeah, I think it was 1:30 that match finished.
Yeah, I watched it on. I watched it and then went home to bed, and then I just caught up on it this morning and saw that Max had won.
So Gabin 797 has said, did Ross beat Hitton? And the answer to that question is yes, Ross did beat Hitton.
11-10.
11-10.
Played well in the first half of the match. We were 5-1 and 7-4 up, but he brought it back to 9-all and 10-all. Just managed to fall over the line.
Chance to screw into this red over the hole. No.
He's playing it just now.
Playing it direct.
Looking like 4-0.
I think when Carl sees the finishes, when he knows he can take him, he generally doesn't hang about.
I think Carl's, being a World Wars player, he's one of the more attacking World Wars players, but he definitely knows how to play tactically when he needs to.
Yeah. He's judged that nicely.
We've got Shane Thompson and Afran Dad on the other stream table.
I think both of them play quite a bit of black ball rule.
Shane's played a lot of money matches recently. Seems to be playing almost every week, Shane does.
Yeah.
That's 4-0 Carl then. It's not looking good for Max at the minute.
He really just needs to get on the board, doesn't he? Get himself going. Surprising how just getting a frame makes a difference in your confidence.
Definitely. that's gone in. So ideally, Carl will be looking to get all of his bad balls from one colour set out and then go for a finish.
Yeah, he opens up this yellow and red here,
Should be going for reds, really.
and then just pull this red out, leave the yellow there.
He's got a free chance at reds.
Yeah. Going to Yarmouth next week, Ross?
I am, yeah.
Who are you playing with?
Not in the team event, but I'm down for the singles.
Oh, the National Amateurs. When you're playing Thursday, Friday?
Draw's not out yet, I don't think.
Is it out?
I think the closing date for entries is today. And I would expect the draw to possibly come out Monday or Tuesday, possibly. I think in black balls it's so important to make sure you don't put the white on the break, because that free shot that you get, you can play one shot and develop all your balls of one colour. But in world rules, you only get one visit if your opponent goes enough on the break, so it's a lot more difficult to clear up. Carl's just got 3 nice easy balls for 5-0.
Whatever it is. It's crazy, even when you're at Yarmouth and you're playing matches, and how 2 matching teams, quality throughout the field, but the frames can just go for one side.
Definitely. 2 people could be completely even, but I mean, depending on how the breaks go, and could have a little bit of run, and the scoreline could be 11-1, 11-2, but the opponents could be even, which these 2 were before this match.
And the balls will run for the player that's in front,
Usually, yeah.
and the one that's struggling to get back in the game is hitting problems at every corner.
I think that's how it seemed to be in my last match against Stefan Racide.
Yeah.
I just went a few frames behind and then
And
seemed to
the
not be able to get any run at all
Yeah.
after that. Breaks were going, I think I only had 1 break where I potted a ball.
The lad I played, Tom Barry, fantastic break. Just knocking the ball every time, and balls were finishing lovely.
Yesterday against Hitton, I had a good breaks in the first half of the match, think I potted on every break until I was about 6-2 up.
You prefer the cut break or just smash them from the top?
I'll just put it straight in the centre and smash them. Try and just hit it in the centre so the white doesn't go in either of the centre pockets. Do a bit of a stun shot. I've seen a lot of the people here use the cut breaks.
Yeah,
It seems to be. I think a lot of the people are using it because Mark Boyle, who a lot of people think is one of the best players that enters some of these tournaments, he uses the cut break himself and he just smashes them everywhere.
I use the cut break this tournament. Normally I just put it anywhere and don't seem to get any joy, but I was getting quite a bit of joy this week.
I was thinking about using the cut break because I think it controls the. Well, I think you pot the cue ball less on a cut break, and I think that's important in black ball rules
Yeah.
because of the free shot that you'd get after the break. At this level, if you're going off on the break, anyone's capable of clearing up. But it's so much harder to clear up with one visit than if you have a free shot and you can get all your bad balls out on the first shot. Not sure if this red next to the yellow goes in the bottom right. But he was looking at it earlier. Still looking at it now. Looking at that shot now, so I would think it does go. Just double checking. Certainly must be tight. Looks like it goes in the top left if you wanted to screw down the table, if it's not sure about it, if it goes in there.
Generally, if you think it goes, it usually does.
He must have tried to pinch the right hand side of the pocket there and he's missed the pot.
There's a good chance for Max to get on the board now, and he really needs to take these. Bread and butter, isn't it, for Max, this one?
Yeah, I got told by one of the old players in the game, Tommy Donlan, that if it looks like it, if you don't know whether it goes or not, then it definitely does.
Yeah. You must have had one of them where you think, does it go, it's tight, and then you hit it and it goes straight in the middle of the
Yeah,
bag.
straight in the middle, yeah. Max looking to put his first frame on the board. Really needed this one.
What's the county side like nowadays at Leicester? Or
Still high quality, I think.
always had a strong team, Leicester.
They've got 3 or 4 England players in their side. Gavlo, Max is playing today. He's in the England side. We've got Danny Davies, who played for the under-23 England team. Steve Chambers, who's the over-50s world champion and European champion.
Yeah.
Josh Kane, of course, captain of the under-23 England team. So it's definitely a strong side, I'd say.
Josh Kane's been playing some fantastic stuff lately as well.
Yeah, he won the Masters earlier this year.
Is he still in the winner side?
Well, I know he was 9-all, but I'm not sure how we finished up. 9-all against Matt Brierley. He won 11-8 against Nick Bell yesterday. Max has got his first frame on the board.
And Nick got to the final of the World Masters, didn't he, last year?
He did, yeah. It's a better break from Max. Just got one bad yellow. Might look to play it after this shot.
I mean, if you want to test yourself at your game, these are the players that you need to be testing yourself
Definitely.
against.
I think you'll never get to a really high level in the game unless you play players a lot better than yourself.
You've got to believe that you can win these matches, come to tournaments like this, knowing if you play well you'll beat anybody. And if you've got that mindset, you can go a long way. The danger is fearing players. If you fear players and think, oh, he's scored, you know,
Yeah.
you're almost beating yourself.
Beating yourself before you started, yeah.
Max can take out a good finish here, and it will be a good finish. He'll feel like he's back in the game. These top players don't never panic, even when frames are going against them. They always believe that they can roll off several frames.
Yeah. He's just got a bit of a problem here, Max, because he's got this ball at the bottom. And he's possibly going to try and get on the one on the rail at the minute. But if he does, he'll be a bit straight on it, which he has landed. Probably going to have to play this with quite a bit of pace to get the cue ball out.
I just wonder if that black goes in the corner. I don't think it does, do you?
It doesn't look like it goes.
We'll go into the opposite side.
Wonder if Max is just thinking of playing the centre of these three yellows and into the top left corner and pushing the other yellow up towards the right corner.
I think it's not a bad shout. I think it's probably the right shot to play.
Looks like he's playing
The one up
the
the rail.
right hand side of the three. He's going to have to play it with a bit of pace. It's a good shot. He's left himself a
Horrible.
half chance plant.
He's got no alternative to play to take this on now, has he?
He's got to.
Because Carl, if he gets back to the table, he's like a dog with a bone.
Aye. He's potted it, but yeah, he's landed on his other ball.
Good shot.
Now does this black go? Looking at the black to the bottom right. So he just needs to... He's done this past the middle pocket, around the middle pocket area, off the cushion. Really ideal. Should be potting this for 5-2. Yep.
Oh, good shot. See, in world rules, that's a foul, isn't it?
Yeah, loss of frame because you potted your opponent's ball.
But in these
But you
rules,
don't even need to worry about it in these rules. It's just the white you need to worry about. But if it's going straight into your opponent's ball, there's nothing to worry about really.
yeah. Surprising how many different emotions you go through when you're playing a match.
I know.
And whether you're in the front or whether you're behind chasing.
Big split from Carl. Nothing's went in there. Max will probably be looking at reds here.
Just looking for the finish at every opportunity, aren't they?
Mm.
That's the thing. It's definitely a more attacking game. Because world rules, you can just put a ball and lay one over a corner bag and
Yeah.
get some control in the game. These rules, it's almost be brave and you get your rewards. Do you have a sponsor, Ross, or you?
I don't know, I'll put it up myself. Do you have a sponsor?
No. But I'm confident. I'm always confident in my ability.
Mm.
I just
Yeah.
do believe I could beat anybody. And even though my form hasn't been great, I just know when I do get my form on the table. And it is really just down to practice with me. You know, life
definitely.
takes over. And when I was your age, I was in the club every day,
Practicing every day, yeah.
all the hours under the sun.
That's exactly what I'm trying to do at the minute.
I love the competition.
Yeah. Max has just lost the white a bit. It's a good recovery pot, I think. Still got a tough
Needs to
tough
find another
couple of
one.
balls. I don't think you can quite see this potting angle of this one to the bottom right. Doesn't look like it. So he's either got a very thin cut to the right centre, to the left centre, sorry,
Either
or he'll
that,
cover the pocket down here.
just try and leave the balls awkward for Carl.
Or he could pot it.
Wow.
Definitely never looked like it went from this camera angle.
No, he didn't.
So we can either take this up the top or in the middle. If it takes up the top, it should be straight in the centre. Takes it in the middle, we might have a shot on the left bottom.
I think natural angle is going to take him between them two yellows for a shot at the black here.
Needs to be careful not to overplay it.
Overhit it, yeah. These tables are so quick.
Yeah, I think he has just overhit it a bit, but I think he's all right there for the middle.
On the table.
It's a thin one, but I'm sure it's one that he's going to make. definitely be feeling happier now than he was 15 minutes ago. What's your age then, Ross?
I'm 19.
Are you? Wow.
I think I'm probably the youngest person here, to be honest.
I was talking to somebody yesterday, and there don't seem to be that many young players coming
No.
through playing.
No, not really, no. Not in these bigger tournaments anyway, I don't think.
Just
I
at
mean,
just at any cue sports, you know, whether it be snooker, pool.
yeah, well, I mean, besides myself, I think the only other... Well, the next younger ones that are here are probably Josh Kane and Aaron Davies, and they're about 22. Sam Birch is quite young, I think. But I think I'm definitely the youngest here. Max is came back into the game a bit from 5-0 down. He's won the last 3.
Yeah.
There's another event tomorrow that's £100 a man to enter. Have you entered that?
No, where's that?
It's here.
Is it?
Yeah. It was on the Players Amateur Championships Facebook page. Leeds are looking for... Well, I think all of the players that don't have Facebook never really saw it because he never advertised it anywhere else, I don't think. But yeah, there's another one. I think there's only about 20 players entered at the minute, but I think he's looking for anything up to 64. If anyone else is interested in going in it.
What, and he thinks you'll get them all get it played tomorrow?
Yeah, they're only playing first to 6 straight elimination. Like single elimination, first to 6. Uncharacteristic miss from Carl there.
I think you can feel Max on his shoulders.
Coming back on him, yeah.
Important for Max to step in here and finish that. When your opponent makes a mistake, nothing worse than when they get cosh of the frame. Landed slightly awkward there. I think he can sneak this yellow in and come around, play for his yellow on the bottom rail. There's a snookering him.
Yeah, he just came in behind the black there. I think it's a total snooker.
So I'm hopeless at calling the shots because I don't play the rules. So Adam Dancy has said some counties don't even have a youth team, which is a shame, isn't it?
Yeah, there should be really more youth players coming up in the game because that's obviously what makes the future of the game. These players here won't be around forever.
Thanks for reminding me of that one, Ross. A bit older than you.
Doesn't look like Carl's at a cushion there. Hopefully he's cool total. Someone's asked that it would be more efficient to practice drills or frames. What do you think on that, Ian?
Bit both, that's what I'd say.
Yeah. I think if you obviously tournament practice is quite important to actually play the players that you would be like for playing in a tournament is completely different just to practicing at home. But I think for me it'd be frames, and you'd play when you're practicing frames, just play some of the harder shots in the frames, and that sort of sorts your drills out sometimes. If you're practicing the harder shots in the frames, then. But some drills are still good to practice for certain parts and positions.
I just think if players are low on confidence, you know, to get on a table on your own where you're getting all the shots, all the shot time, you can practice your weaknesses, practice your shots that you really struggle on. So drills and solo practice is good for getting your confidence up, but then you need to test it when you're under
In a match.
Under pressure.
Yeah.
So then that's where you play your frames to see if the hard work you've put in is paying off.
Yeah, it's completely different playing under pressure than just practicing. Your mindset's completely different.
When you're playing on your own and solo practice, you're never under any pressure, and that's something that you can't practice unless you put.
No, yeah, you can't practice pressure, can you?
You have to put yourself
Unless
in
you're
pressure.
playing
Yeah.
in these like either money games or tournaments. I've had a few sets practicing for this tournament with Danny Davies.
Yeah.
But obviously, we just thought it'd be better playing for like 20 quid or something that would at least make us concentrate a bit more, just so the pressure is, you feel the same as you would in the tournament, and you play the same as you would in the tournament. It's a good pot from Max. He's definitely right back in this game now. Won the last 4.
And that just shows the standard of the players, that they can just roll off frames against anybody. So Carl won the first 5, Max is back, knocked the next 4 in.
You say you've played Carl before?
I have, yeah, a few times.
You ever beat him?
I beat him, yeah, I beat him at Blackpool in a qualifier for what was it in England, to play for England in well, it was a tournament to play for England in Australia. I can't remember what it was called now, but I beat Carl quite comfortable in that one. But he's beaten me a couple of times. I think I've played him 3 and it's 2-1 to Carl.
I've never played Max, but I've only ever played Carl one time, and not really in a proper tournament, but it was in the final of a flyer at Yarmouth. I beat him 3-0.
That's nice. The flyers at Yarmouth are good because you're playing all the top class players, and because the race is so short.
Yeah, anyone could win it, really.
Anybody can beat anybody, and it's
Hence
just
why I
nice to
won
get
one of
that. It's nice to get a win over one of them, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, yeah. You ever won a Yarmouth Flyer? Really?
Yeah. I've entered about 7 and won about 5.
Have you?
Yeah. I went through a couple of years, 2 or 3 years, where I didn't even go in them. I was going up there, but just, you know, didn't go in the Flyers for whatever reason. But they're a good thing just to get your hand on the table, ready for the tournament to start. So you got some table time on you.
Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah.
What day are you going up this weekend?
Well, I am playing in the National Amateur, so I'm not sure. I'll wait, like you say, wait for the draw to come out.
Yeah.
See what time I have to leave. And horrible journey to Great Yarmouth.
I know, I'm being taken up by the over 50s world champion, Steve Chambers.
Yeah. I know Steve well.
Yeah.
He's a good lad.
He plays at my local club as well in Colville.
Yeah, I was delighted for him last year when he won the World Seniors. I'll be there in a couple of years.
Yeah.
So,
Do you still play for the men's England team?
oh, no. Sore point for me that was, because playing for England is just massive.
Yeah.
And my experience is not a good one. When you're playing county, you know what you've got to do to qualify for England. You need to finish in the top 7 in the region,
Yeah.
which is no mean feat to
No,
start
of
off with.
course.
Then you go to the England trials and you're playing against all the top 7
From all the other regions in the
And the
country, yeah.
and the England retrialists.
Yeah.
And then I think the top 8, you've got to finish in the top 8 to get in that. So you're playing probably 150 of the best players in the country.
Yeah.
Finish in the top 8, get yourself a spot, and then it's not a level playing field when you get there,
No.
which is very disappointing. They protect the top players, and it shouldn't be like that. It should be everybody deserves the right to play for the country. So I didn't even get a frame,
Yeah.
so that's why I was very disappointed. 3 tournaments and you make yourself available for all 3, and you don't even get selected to even play. So that's a massive disappointment, because there's nothing bigger than getting your cue out and playing for your country.
Yeah, exactly.
So, but the thing is, I'm just one of a few, because I'm sure it's happened to many other players.
Yeah. Did you retrial then? Yeah.
I did retry and I lost in the last qualifying, the last qualifying match.
round, yeah. Who
So-
beat you in that?
I think it might have been Aaron.
Aaron Davies?
Yeah,
Yeah, he's a great young player, isn't
he
he?
is a talent.
He had the choice of going for the under-23 trials, but he chose to go for the men's, and a lot of people doubted him, but fair play to him, he got in first time.
Yeah,
Played a lot of good players on the way as well.
that's the thing. You sort of got a half a sniff when you get in the England side. You got to they protect the top players. So the top players don't even have to trial,
Yeah.
and then just basically
The ones already in the side, yeah.
10 of the, I think 11,
18,
11 of you are playing for 4 places,
Mm.
and that's pretty much what you get.
Yeah, I tried for the under-23 England team earlier this year in March, and got to the final qualifying stages, and a bit like your match earlier today, I got to the group stages and I'd won one of my 2 games, my first game, and I had to win my second game to get into the last qualifying stage. A bit like your match today, I were 2-all and went enough on the black to win my second game to get into the qualifying stage. And then the person I played qualified.
I think the thing is with Pill, there's so many opportunities. Like I say, there's tournaments week in, week out. You sort of give it your best, and then just learn from it and move on to the next one.
Yeah.
There's no point beating yourself up if you play badly. Just try your
No.
hardest.
because he doesn't really know what to do here, to either force an angle to get his bad yellow out or just cover the pocket. Certainly thinking about it.
It looks like he could play if he pots this yellow straight through, and then he could play the yellow off the bottom cushion, off the red and in, still leave the clearance on.
Looks like he's going to do that.
Yeah.
He'll just probably stun this back off the red that he's closest to for the left centre.
Because it doesn't look, that's the shot he's looking at now, it doesn't look like it goes direct, so he's definitely playing it off the cushion, off the red, and then leave himself with an easy yellow in the middle.
He's missed it.
He's missed the cannon off the red.
Not happy with that. Especially when Max running the last 4, I think he really...
Yeah.
Carl could have done with that frame, I think.
But it's not out of it yet. The ball hasn't exactly come away from the pocket, so he is sort of got a bit of an advantage there, hasn't he?
Yeah.
That's the thing with Poole. A shot which they wouldn't miss. But when you've got to do something with the white, like in that shot, he was trying to make a make the cannon off the red, and also hope for the yellow in the middle.
Hope for the yellow, yeah.
So
Sometimes you just think about one rather than the other and
he was trying
mess
to,
it up a little bit.
Yeah, he was just trying to do a lot there with the.
I could see Max trying to get his bad ball out here, really.
Yeah.
Ooh, I think he really wanted to pot that.
He did. He's still got
He
a
might be
chance.
playing a skill shot later on in the frame, I think.
Still got a chance of the skill shot. They're much easier if you're right behind it.
Right behind it, yeah.
If you when you've got to cut them in and try and make it, it's not easy at all.
He's probably better playing on it now, so he has more chances to get on it.
Was he overhit this?
Do you think he's tried to pot the yellow as well on that shot?
I just think he's overhit it. I thought he was trying to leave himself a skill shot. Disappointing. No.
You ever seen a re-whack in these rules yet?
No. Have you?
I've not, no. I had my first in World Rules. Have you ever had a re-whack at World Rules?
World rules. Wow.
I've been playing
God.
World Rules seven years and had my first ever re-whack in the World Masters qualifier last year. The final stage to qualify, and it were 4-all, and I'd ended up my opponent. Well, the black was over the pocket, and one of my balls and one of my opponent's balls was touching it, and we both played into space 3 times, and I ended up winning in the decider to qualify for the Masters.
Where was that played? Blackpool?
Blackpool, yeah. I lost against Steve Dempsey, 7-5.
I mean, Steve Dempsey is a European champion as well. He won it a few years ago. So at least you know you're rubbing shoulders with class opponents.
Yeah. I mean, earlier today, well, I mean, when you're playing well, you can keep up with the top players, but like earlier today, I mean, Stefan's a good player, but he wasn't one of the favourites for the tournament. But Max has just missed that there. But I'd have still expected to play better than I did.
Yeah.
Neither of us played amazingly, to be honest. He beat me 11-5.
I was disappointed the way I played today because I would just made more mistakes today. Although I did play some fantastic stuff, and I really should have won that game. So
Were you ahead in the match as
I
well?
was ahead 10-9. I was always behind. He was 7-4 up, and I got it back to 7 each, 9 each, 10-9 in front. The first time I went in front at 10-9. He's broken this for 10 each.
My opponent, well, Hitton yesterday, he was never ahead in the match at all. That's unfortunate for Max, really, because he really didn't want that. I think the only thing, oh no, he can't even look at coming off the cushion and Gamma 797. That's if I think any youth players will be great when they're older. There's a lot of good youth players coming up. I think I'm watching some stream matches that Jordan Church was putting on, and I think Harry Compton is a good up-and-coming player. I think he's only about 17, but he's been in a lot of tournaments recently, and he's been beating players like Jordan Church and a couple of top players. So I think he's definitely going to be up there when he's older. I don't know Harry that well. I know he played in the under-18. He came in the runner-up of the under-18 and the under-16 national championships last year. That's 6-4 now, Carl. Just stop the runner frames from Max. Yeah, I mean, there's quite a few good players. Well, I only know a lot of the youth players from World Rules, really. I don't know many youth Black Ball players, which would this set of rules would be, but a lot of people say that as the game progresses, Black Ball is going to take over as the main rule set. Because, well, especially viewer-wise, a lot of people viewing prefer to watch a more attacking game.
Yeah. I think when you're playing, I mean, I enjoy World Rules. I enjoy the tactical battles. Obviously, you can still take finishes out and pop balls, but there's also that other element of the game where you sort of have to outthink your opponent.
Yeah.
Whereas in Black Ball, I just think it's
Yeah,
like...
in World Wars, it's sometimes a bit like a game of chess, really.
It is, yeah. And the Black Ball, it's just like whoever can take the finishes out, the better. Because there's no real way of playing safe.
That's a good shot from that.
Players just go for the finishes, didn't they?
Yeah. And usually in Black Ball, it's a lot of the time it's whoever goes for them second usually sometimes wins the frame.
There's less traffic there.
Good split from Max's gave him half a chance to clinch this frame.
Which rules do you prefer? Which?
Well, I've only played Black Ball in the last 2 months, but I seem to be getting used to them a lot. And I know you, not yourself, but I'm a slightly more attacking player, so
Yeah.
I've definitely enjoyed practicing the Black Ball rules. I think now that Steve Petty's out of the main side of this tournament, can't really call a winner. There's a bunch of people who could win it, really. I mean, even, well, Black Ball player-wise, there could be Craig Lakin, Seb Webb, Max Nosko, or a lot of the World Rules players. Rob Warren won the last Black Ball event, but Shane Thompson and Carl Sutton and both capable as well.
Is Craig still in the winner side?
Craig Lakin, I think he is, yeah. I think he won 11-10. think Max has just snookered himself there. Just not far enough. That's a good effort for Max. Should really be 7-4, Carl. Shouldn't really, these rules, you shouldn't really be losing a frame if your opponent's only got one ball on the table.
No. Would you go for the finish here, or do you just tie him up, or what?
Well, I think
Isn't he
depending on where, after he splits this yellow up, depending on where this yellow lands, it's on the cushion now. I would expect that Carl probably would go for a finish, being where the balls are at the minute. Come up and take one in the middle next. And then he might... I would expect him to play the ball on the rail after this shot,
And even,
which will be his hardest ball of the visit.
yeah, we leave himself a choice of 2 yellows into the centre.
Looks like he'll be playing the bottom of the 2 because he's dead straight on this. Pot this in the bottom right, and then the middle of the right-hand side of the 3 reds, he should be taken to the left centre. He's screwing. Yeah, he's just done that in. So he'll probably take the top one now. And then he'll leave himself a choice of 2 to get on the black. Craig Lakin won 11-4 this morning, apparently. I think it was 11-10, this first round match. Not sure how Shane Thompson's getting on, but he's on the other stream. I hope he's winning because he's in my accumulator. Craig's already won, he was in mine.
So you're relying on the...
Shane Thompson, Aaron Davies and Louis Heathcote. And Liam Farrell.
And Liam Farrell.
And Liam Farrell, yeah. Craig's already won.
Yeah, we've been open to retire.
Who, me? I'm open to retire, yeah.
Is that a 5-man accumulator?
It is. I had one on this morning. There was an 8-fold, and the only ones that let me down were myself and Steve Petty. I was an outsider, but Steve were 6-1 on. I really expected him to win, to be honest.
Yeah.
I don't think he's opened that as much as he'd have wanted to, that red. Don't know if it passes the yellow in the bottom right. Looks like it might. Squeeze by. Shane 6-5 down by the sounds of things. Thanks for that, Matt.
They're using these tablets this weekend for the first time. I've seen them anyway.
Has yours malfunctioned at all yet? Mine has.
A little bit. Just sort of lost the signal, but it didn't last for very long.
I think Lee Kendall told me this morning that he's changed the Wi-Fi password so they stopped disconnecting so much, so everyone's not on it. So everyone's not on the Wi-Fi. So they should be all right today.
I wonder if my phone doesn't work then. It's a brilliant thing that they do, is running these tournaments for all the people to play.
Yeah, I definitely think it's really. There's a lot of great players in it. I mean, any of them could win it, really.
Yeah.
Well, as you can see by the last two, that both the players were 33-1.
But they put their time and effort into making these things happen, and they deserve a lot of credit for it, because it's so easy to not bother, isn't it?
Yeah.
And the good thing about players snooker at Newcastle under Lyme,
Max is just snooking himself again there. He's definitely not happy with that one.
um,
Slap the table.
so the good thing about at this club is run by people that love the game.
Yeah, Lee's been the England captain for at least 20 years, I think.
They know what the players want and they deliver it, and that's, you can't ask for better, can you?
No.
Oh, he's found
He's
one.
potted it.
Great shot.
So it doesn't look like he can hold, so I think he's probably going to be
Go off 2 cushions for the
coming
black.
back for the same pocket, possibly. Unless he can hold for the middle. Doesn't look like he can. Here's a fast table. I think he's looking at holding it. Because when he got down last time, it looked like he was putting bottom on it, so...
I think he struggled to hold that.
Unless he tries to screw across off the left-hand side cushion back for the centre.
This is all about judgment of pace. If he gets the pace right, he'll have a shot at the black. If he
Yeah. And he's snookered himself again. Got down straight away, he'll probably miss this yet. So the red ball goes back as close to the black spot as possible, directly behind it.
the red goes where? I don't even know
Goes
that rule.
on the black spot, and if it doesn't go on the black spot, then it's...
The black spot's available.
I've just checked the... well, Carl's just said the black spot's available. So it goes on... I've just I've just told Carl that it goes on the black spot. So Carl's got a 3-shot ball in hand on reds.
So I've learned something then, because I didn't know that myself.
Yeah, it's the same in world rules. I was reading up on the rules for black ball before the tournament started. There's some rules that the little niggly rules that Lee isn't actually like choosing to use this weekend. Like in world rules, you can move the ball with the shaft of your cue when you've got ball in hand, but you can't in black ball. But Lee says he won't bother with that rule this weekend, and some rules like that. Carl's got relatively easy looking finish, just needs to keep a good white for 8-4.
Max will be fuming. He got himself back into the game at 5-4, and he's
Yeah, I think he probably should have concentrated a bit more when he snooked himself on that last black. I think he just got a bit frustrated with himself, so he just got down and hit it straight away. But I mean, it would have been a slightly more difficult finish for Carl if Max had just concentrated a bit on hitting the black.
And there's a difference between the two players. Carl, he'll miss a ball and he'll contain it within himself. He'll just
He's got a very good temperament, Carl has.
he'll move on, just move on to the next shot. You can't do anything about your last shot, but you can do something about your next shot.
Should just be stunning this onto the right-hand side cushion. Unless he fancies it now. Well,
I think I'd just leave myself an angle on this, I would. Like that, just
yeah,
like
that's
that.
what he's done, yeah. So he wants to really bring the white back just about where it is now, maybe slightly lower. I'd expect Carl to probably just stir this up for the corner. Going back for the same pocket.
Judge that shot lovely.
Yeah, Matt, I commentated on Rob's game yesterday when he won 11-1. He did play. He never really missed much at all. I was playing on the table next to him when he played Jordan earlier, and the first couple of frames he were missing a few balls. He went 4-1 down, but then he was just back to how we were playing yesterday. Never really missed a ball after that, and I think he won 11-8 in the end, or 11-9. I definitely think he, if he keeps the form up, he's definitely got a good chance of winning another tournament. I think Rob Bourne's got a lot more of an attacking player in the last couple of seasons as well, because he seems to be going for just a lot more than he usually does, and he gets them a lot of the time as well. Do you know if Rob plays a lot of snooker, or?
Yeah, he does.
He does.
He's pretty much dominated the Stafford League for years.
At snooker.
Yeah.
And that's probably why he's started attacking a bit more at the pool game, because obviously his potting's first class.
Yeah.
And in the last couple of seasons, his position's been first class as well. So he's really got both. Being obviously a World Rules player, he's got both sides of the game. A bit like Carl. He's an attacking player, but he knows when to play safe when he needs to. So I think the black ball rules suit Rob a bit. I mean, I know that one he won last time was his first black ball tournament, but it definitely, the rule set definitely suited him.
Yeah. Even when he's playing World Rules, he's more attacking than he is
Yeah.
defensive. So it's probably just same old Rob. Just go.
Max has tried to
Make
do
things
something
happen.
special there. Looks like he's still got quite a few bad balls. Red doesn't pass the yellow in the bottom left. Black's tied up, got a red on the side cushion. It's not looking great. He might just have to put a red in front of one of his yellows there. I see what he's looking at. He's looking at playing the red off the side cushion and planting the yellow and red to open the pocket up on the right hand side off the yellow. This will be a great shot if he pulls it off. No. He's not left him a lot though. Got a bit fortunate, to be honest.
Yeah, come out nice there. Although
If Carl pulls a good double off, he should be 9-4 up really though.
yeah. If he doesn't get the double, it's 8-5.
I'd expect him to take the double lead. I wouldn't fancy the one at the top with hampered cue in.
He could probably just tickle in behind the yellow, couldn't he? Just 2 yellows on the rail. Just drop him behind there, he's not leaving anything. He's
He's going for the double, it looks like, yeah. He's missed it. And the treble. And the quadruple. But it looks like he's covered the pot to the bottom right.
And that's where he's probably felt that was a natural angle double there and he wasn't going to miss it. But because you put pace into it, it sort of checks off the cushions a little bit more. And that's why he's missed that. Because the pace he's put into it checks off the cushion.
He was just going to push the yellow up to the black and cover the pocket there.
You looking forward to your game later?
Yeah, I just came down here to relax a bit. Really, I didn't want to sit about for too long, getting bored or tired. Just thought I'd stay with it. Really, got changed into just some normal clothes. Put my playing clothes on later again.
Where are you staying?
I'm just staying at a hotel called the Clay Hanger. It's about 300 yards away. I'm staying. Matt Brierly's staying in there as well, and Kevin George.
Yeah.
I've just brought my brother down with me.
Is he older or younger?
My brother's 30.
30. Proud brother then.
Yeah. Nail biting when I was playing hitting last night. You were cheering me on.
It's harder for the crowd to what
Yeah.
If you've got somebody coming to support you, it's definitely we as players just get on with it and do it. And
Yeah.
But the people that watch sort of go through every emotions, don't they? Every shot, they feel everything.
Max has played quite a lot of wildish shots, hasn't he? In this match.
He's trying to make something happen.
If he can just play this red on and off the cushion, and just hold on the yellow, I think that red goes by the black. And he can just.
I think he needs to play for the 2 open reds and
He's going to use the
leave himself on the one on the rail last.
to get on the black. He's on the wrong side of this.
He's played that with a bit of check side. He's checked too much. And
He
now
might have to screw off the left-hand side cushion and come back around the middle pocket area. Got to be careful he doesn't go in off in the right middle there. Oh, that's all right. He's left himself a bit hampered.
horrible.
He really wanted to be able to screw this back. He'll still go for the pot, I think, but he's got to do something special to get a good position on the black.
See, in world rules, just getting the bag might
You'd
be enough
cover the
here.
pocket, wouldn't you? Yeah.
Not in this game.
But then if you get snookered, then and you don't get out of it, they'll just pot your ball in these rules. That's a great shot.
Great, great
He
shot.
left himself half a chance on the black. I think it just sneaks by the yellow in the bottom left.
I'll be expecting him to get this. And making it 8-5.
He's got it.
Good shot.
Needed that one really. It would have been hard to come back from 9-4 down, I think.
What's your biggest achievement in Peel up to date?
I won the under-16 national championships 3 years ago
Was that at Yarmouth?
at Yarmouth. Yeah,
Is that the same weekend as... When's that?
it was in November. It was on the same weekend as the under-18s, and I actually got to the semi-finals of the under-18s the same year. I beat Aaron Davies in the quarter-finals actually. Of that. I'm not sure what else was on that weekend actually.
Was that champion to champions or something like that weekend?
It might have been. Can't remember because I've not been in it for 2 years now. But it was my last attempt at it.
Yeah. Good thing about Peel is there's a great standard in the juniors, there's a great standard in the mixed, and there's a great standard in the seniors even.
Yeah, you're right.
So age has no barrier, does it really?
No. I was just about to say, if Max can get a good position on this red on the bottom, he should be able to get this frame. But it looks like he's got a bit of a problem now, because he doesn't really want to take the one on the bottom left, because he wants to use that to get on the one on the bottom right. So he probably wants to be taking one of the top balls at the minute. Really only got that one ball at the top that he could possibly go for. Stun over for the left middle possibly. But now he's only got one chance to get on his bad ball, which has been the problem for Max for a lot of this match really. To be honest, I thought Max would take the left centre ball first, because I thought that would have gave him a bit more of an angle on this bottom ball to get on the one on the bottom right to move that yellow out of the way. But I think he's got a tiny bit of an angle if he's going to have to hit this at some pace. That's a good shot. Now we'll be looking to screw in between two yellows, or the yellow and the black for the left centre.
And then where is he going to play the black?
It depends. Or if he lands straightish on the red, he'll probably be topping through for the right centre, I would imagine. It's really the only pocket it goes in. He's underhit there by quite a bit. So he's going to probably play the cross double with left hand side and come back for the same pocket for the black.
Yeah.
That's what he's tried. He's not got it. I've seen a lot of that from Max in this match. He's potted 5 or 6 a couple of times, and he's just left Carl the opportunity to either take them out or snooker him. which is why he's 8-5 ahead, really.
That hasn't worked out great, has it?
No.
You have that yellow in the middle? Think he
It
can
looks
get,
like he is through on the
Yeah.
yellow in the middle, yeah.
so I think he'd be okay.
Or he could always, if he wasn't too confident, he could always lay a snooker near the top. Because the red doesn't go in either of the bottom pockets at the minute.
Is there any advice you would give to any young players that want to succeed in the game? Alex Campbell.
I think that, well, being obviously, I'm only 19 myself, I think what's improved my game in the last couple of seasons is just, obviously, putting the practice in is a big thing, but going in all these tournaments and playing the bigger players and better players, rather than just junior players, I think that's improved my game a lot, because it's slightly brought me up to a higher standard. But putting the practice in is definitely a big thing. You can't just go in tournaments, and you can't really just practice and not go in tournaments. You need a lot of both, really.
Have you felt the added pressure playing bigger players, or does it matter?
At first I did, but I've been playing the bigger players now for a good 2 or 3 years. I've been on the 147 tour for about 3 years, and that's got some top players on. It's got John McAllister's a good IPA player.
Yeah.
Matt Barcock's a good player. It's got a lot of good players on, really. Gav Lomax, Callum Singleton and Louis Heathcote are all on there. Wayne Gardiner. A lot of the players here are actually on the 147 tour. Danny Davies. Carl's missed that. But yeah, definitely putting the practice in, getting as many tournaments played as you can, and there's nothing else really to it. You just got to put the time in, really.
That was a big frame, that was a big miss.
Yeah, it definitely was.
Carl. He's almost
Could have got
there.
in his head a bit as well, really. 8-6 now.
Yeah.
Max has done well to bring himself back into this match from 5-0 down, I think.
Yeah, he has. But he has showed his frustration a few times.
Yeah, a couple of bad shots that he's played. He's slapped the table or just got down quite quickly and played his next shot. Seen a lot of players use the cut break this weekend. I think it definitely seems to control the white a bit more than the just hitting the top ball first. But the reason I never chose to use it is because I don't think you pot as much on the
And the cup.
on the cut break, yeah.
You might make the one ball, but
But then I think some of the balls, a lot of them land safe as well. Or I think you can split them better on hitting the top ball first. So if you can find a break that hitting the top ball first and controlling the white, I think that would be ideal.
and making a ball.
And making a ball, yeah. Carl's got an early chance to go 9-6 up now. This is a big frame, 8-7 or 9-6. It's really 50-50 if Max can win this frame. But if Carl wins it, I think he's quite a big favourite. Only needing 2 of the last 7 frames.
That's it. If Carl wins it, Max has got to beat him 5-1, hasn't he?
Yeah, basically, yeah.
I don't know if he just played the red off the red here, or put it off the cushion.
He doesn't want that red to be frozen because he doesn't really want a double kiss. I think that's the shot he's got to play really if he wants to stay in the visit. Unless he wants to just... I wouldn't expect Carl to just cover the pocket at the bottom.
I think if he plays the red off the red and makes it, he won frame.
He will, yeah. It's definitely what he's looking at. But if... not sure about that. He might just be thinking of stunning this one in the right centre and playing the one in the left centre, then taking the red down the rail.
Yeah.
And then he'll have the pocket anyway.
And then I think the black does pass the 2 yellows as well, so he could play that shot.
He's obviously confident that he'll get it down the pocket, down the rail, or else he'd have probably played the red off the red earlier in the frame.
That looks perfect to me, from the angle I'm looking at. Oh.
Ooh. He's not on the potting angle of that. He's looking if it doubles, I think. I think it does double if he can see enough of it.
Just full in the face.
That's what he's going for. He's going for the double. Can he see enough of it?
No.
He doesn't know. No, he's not very happy, is he? I think it definitely doubles, but it's just whether we can see enough of it.
Deshawat Poomjang. Come on, Carl, I'm a massive fan. Is that the Deshawat who plays snooker?
Looks like it, doesn't it?
I bet he's got a few fans around the world.
It's hit the middle jaw. It's a foul, I think. Carl's, Max is picking the white up.
He's developed these 2 yellows.
This is a massive visit now. If Max can get these, then it's game on for either player, really. And he's done very well from 5-0 down to... If he wins this, he'd won 7 of the last 8 frames.
7 out of 10, wasn't it? 7 out of 10.
Mm. I think he's just in between a few shots here.
He just cuts this one and plays the yellow next to the black in the same bag. Yeah. I think Max is going to be feeling pretty good about himself.
Yeah, I think he is, yeah. I think he's got enough of an angle here to stun up for the corner pocket. Yeah. Eight, 7 game on then, really.
Quite surprised we're not seeing Sean Chipperfield there, are you?
Yeah. Surprised, yeah. I'd expect him to go in one of these events. No obvious first pot. Well, there's a plant on if he wants yellows. Just saw that Shane Thompson's 10-8 down against Afrandad. Arfandad.
Sorry, I'm not trying to be.
Yellows for Carl then. Looks like Max is just going to play a snooker up the top here. Doesn't know whether to go safe or... Yeah, he is. He's playing safe. Doesn't want to. Yeah, that's alright. Kyle's just going to look to cover the pocket here on the left-hand side. Shaking his head. He's in trouble now, I think. Is a
No, it's just filth.
very difficult escape considering he has to go for it. I think he's got no choice but to, well, if he doesn't come off a middle jaw, he's looking off at least 5 cushions. He's looking at the jaw. He's really not got a lot of choice.
So there's that rule that if you don't make an attempt to hit your ball,
Yeah, that's a loss of frame, yeah. Oh, that's a great effort, to be fair.
Was a good effort.
To hit the middle jaw were good. Not a lot I could have done there, really. Max will pick the white up.
So he's going to play 3 ball.
3-ball plant off the cushion, try and get his bad yellow and the black developed a bit. It's not when now he's planned it, really. I don't think. Kyle snookered again. You don't expect Mac to just cover the pocket here. I don't think he's quite got the bag.
I think Max is in control of this frame.
Pretty sure the yellow doesn't double to the right centre. Just laying into the snooker. It's a good shot.
Have you played for England at junior level?
No, I've not.
Not good. Was you close?
I never really... I wasn't really that high up in the game until I was about 16. And by that time, I just... Well, the 2 times I went for junior England trials, I've never done very well anyway. But since then, I've just put the... When I've started playing, like, adults, I've just put the practice in a lot more. Which I think playing adults when you're a junior is probably improves your game a lot more, to be honest. And I think being from Leicester, being able to play the top players improves people's games around there as well. Because I mean, I'd practice with Danny, Louis, Josh Kane, Sonny Chambers, and Gav, and it really just does improve your game when you're playing the players that are just in the top.
Do you ever see anything of Mark then? Mark Selby?
He came down. He doesn't really play at the 147 club anymore because he's got a table at home.
Yeah.
But he did come down when he won the World Championships and showed his trophy off to everyone.
He's a class act, isn't he, Mark?
Yeah, Mark is. Yeah, still world #1 at snooker.
He's on and off the table, though.
Yeah.
He's a lovely fella. Oh, Carl.
Carl's not looking in a great position here unless he can squeeze that yellow through to that red. No, not sure if it passes the red. Definitely goes now if he gets another chance.
Do you think these two players have got different styles or both very similar?
Well, I think obviously Max plays black ball more, but I think this style of player is actually quite similar, to be fair.
I think Max is more aggressive. Shut. I think Max is more aggressive. Is that 10-10 now?
Yeah, Shane Thompson's just potted the black to go 10-all with Arfan Dad. So whoever wins this will be in the last 16 of the winner's side.
It's just looking 8-all day long to me.
Yeah. I think Carl's just doing whatever he can just to prolong the game as long as it can go over. The only thing Carl can really do, I think, is if he gets the yellow, both of the yellows towards one of the reds, if he can get them properly tied up to the red, he can maybe force a re-rack in the... Because in these rules, if it's impossible to get out of a snooker, then it's a re-rack. Unlike world rules, where you're allowed to play deliberate fouls, but that's the only thing I could think that Carl would be trying to do here. I didn't want that, I don't think.
Max is so far in front here. Yeah,
It's a good shot.
I think this is frame. Does he leave that red there though, or does he take the red up the rail?
I'd leave it at the minute.
Because that's what's giving him the game, isn't it?
Yeah. But then again, if he takes this one where the two yellows are, and then the one next to the black, he should be able to screw up for the one on the top left and then the centre. He should have a relatively easy finish, but I'd expect him to get most of the time.
I think if he's practicing, he's just going to go for the finish.
Just making sure that these top two are potted before he leaves the easy ones for last.
We're saying this is going to be 8 each.
Yeah, avoiding anything terribly here. It should be 8-all. Some players prefer to play these cushion first, but then some just stun out with a bit of right hand side, and which is what Max has done there, because some people play them, if they don't play them cushion first, they might think, oh, I'll kiss into the black and they might knock it safe, but that's 8-all. Max has done great to win 8 of the last 11 frames from 5-0 down. Shane's got a chance. By the looks of things, he's on yellows. 10-all. Shane's just missed a ball to the centre. Might have been his last chance he gets. Not the best of breaks from Max. He has potted one, but he's not split them overly well. There's been a lot of scrappy frames in this match so far, I think. Now in these rules, this is still an open table until another ball's potted. So he has to put another one now, another ball to be on a colour. Is he looking at the red off the yellow?
Looks like it, yeah.
So he's on reds, and it looks like he's just landed all right there. He's got a missable cut to the middle. That's about it for his what's difficult about this frame.
He may be able to pot this along the bottom cushion and screw into that red now and put it out. Think you can get enough screw on that?
By the looks of things, yeah, I think he can. These tables react quite well. They are quick, but they do react quite well. So I think that is what he's playing. Yeah. That's a great shot. He's definitely done well to... should be going 9-8 up here, which will have taken the lead for the first time in the match. I think he's just on the wrong side of this, Max. Might be playing this off the yellow, just so he can screw back down. Yeah, he's playing this off the yellow. Now we can just screw this off the side cushion and he should have red to the centre. And the black to the corner if it goes past the yellow.
Hasn't played that very well, has he?
No, I think he never intended to kiss the yellow there.
I think he's still going to make it. He still have a shot at the black.
He might be playing the black in the bottom right rather than the bottom left. Yeah, he is doing. Good finish there from Max. 9-8 up.
This is the first time Max has been in front in this match.
Max has just took a comfort break, and it looks like Arfandad's potting the final black to win 11-10 against Shane Thompson. And he has done. Arfand's just beat Shane 11-10. Max is back now. Carl breaking at 9-8 down. Again, potted one, but not the best split. Max has just said to Carl that he racked them up bad every frame. I was saying earlier, it was a surprising win for Seb Webb earlier, beating Steve Petty. He was 7-2. Is it the odds on Seb Webb? I'm sure if he goes on to win this tournament, he'll be straight down the casino. Another good chance for Carl to go to 9 each.
Shane just lost that one then, 11-10.
Yeah, 11-10, yeah. Don't know what Carl's planning on doing with the black here. If he Stunsy might be able to take it to the top left or left centre. Chaucer too, straight up the top left or a little. I think he'd prefer the top here. Yeah. Got it.
Good shot.
9
9
each.
each.
Looking like a good game then. Could be another hill soon.
Surprising how many times it does go to.
I know, yeah. I mean, I was looking at the draw earlier, and in the first and second round, I mean, there must have been about 20 games between them. I mean, there's 64 in the first round, and there's 86 at the start, isn't there? So there's about 40 games in the first round, and another 32 in the second round, and there were so many of them that were 10-all. They were unbelievable. And both of your games have been 10-all, haven't they?
Yeah.
Shane Thompson's just had a 10-all. I mean, and the difference between that one frame, is that being in the winner side and the loser side is everything really, isn't it?
Yeah.
Not to put you down at all. But I mean, I was saying to you earlier, even the draws, sometimes you can have a better draw in the winners half.
Yeah.
Like, if I'd have lost in the first round, I'd have had Scott Gillespie, but I won. And I had Stefan Rasidi, which, in my opinion, would have been an easier game. And now that I've lost 11-5, I've got Dom Cooney or Sean Storey, who's won one of the events before.
Are they playing now, are they? What?
I think they're on at 1:45. I'm not sure what time it is now. 2 o'clock it says on there. So this game's been going 2.25 hours then. Or 2.5 hours even.
Killed a bit of time then, haven't it?
Yeah. It's not been the best standard in the world for two players of this calibre, but still been a great match. There's been a lot of good pots made, and
I can see Max taking these, can you?
on yellow. Yeah, I'm not sure if I wouldn't say Max has been controlling the cue ball as well as he could have done in the match so far, but his potting game's been going good. He's just going to cover the pocket here. Snookering.
You can back double this red, can't he? To the black pocket.
It's a thin cut, and if he gets it, he could be potting the red at the top right as well.
I'm thinking of doubling the red. Back doubling the red past the black. So you thinking of a thin snake?
Yeah.
That is a thin one.
Looks like he's just playing a containing safety shot. winner of this game will be playing Danny Rathbone. Not a player I know overly well.
He's a Staff County player. Down.
World rules, is he?
I think so. I think he's world real. Very good snooker player.
Yeah. Good potter then, he'll be.
Yeah. I might be wrong, but I do think somebody's told me he has had a 147.
Yeah.
Not too shabby then. Do you play snooker, Ross?
Not very often, no. I mean, I practice a lot more pool. I probably play a couple of frames a month, but nothing overly a lot.
See, Gav Lomax has come from snooker, hasn't he?
Yeah, he has.
Another cagey frame here.
Yeah. Could go either way, really. Carl's got one pocket cover with one of his balls, and Max has got the black tied up to one of his. A lot of the frames near the start of the match have been cagey, which is why I thought I thought was Carl had been winning a few of them, because he's a world rules player, more used to playing tactically, I think. Max might just be looking at getting one of his bad balls off that red on the bottom cushion after he pots this in the middle.
See Carl playing a skill shot in a minute. Now.
Yeah. I think it's difficult to play with the. Just cut this in the middle and hopefully. Yeah, that's a good shot. I wonder if he pots the one in the top. I wonder if he can pot the one in the bottom and the black goes in the bottom right. He's looking at it. Not sure. Doesn't look like it goes by the way he's looking at the shot.
He doesn't like it, does he?
Nice. You can pot this red, but I think he wanted an angle to move the yellow out of the way.
I think the black will go across the bottom rail if he can just give himself.
That's what he was looking at earlier in the visit.
Give himself a shot at it. He needs to come up the crush about 3 inches, I think. I think he's got to play it because he's not going to keep that red out, is he?
No.
You were on at 9 o'clock this morning, were you?
I was, yeah.
You didn't get much sleep then last night.
No, I never got back till about just after midnight. Went to sleep at about 1, and then I was up again at 7.
Give it too much.
I don't think he really wanted that in.
He's gone to. Yeah, I think he wanted.
He wanted it in, yeah, but I mean, he's overplayed the white, I think.
Yeah, he's run through 3 inches more than he wanted to, I think.
I don't know what he can.
Well, he's got a thin cut, that's all he's got.
The only other thing I can think of, yeah, off the yellow in the middle, is the only other shot I could see.
Looks all or nothing to me.
If anyone wants an update on any of the scores, that's on the Q Score, which you can find on Facebook or the Q Score website. There's live streaming on 3 of the tables from Beard Productions.
And all the players are using tablets, so they're updating their scores.
That's what automatically updates the website, the players' tablets.
Which is a brilliant idea, isn't it?
Yeah. It saves someone, like in tournaments like in Yarmouth, they have people walking around
Yeah.
to get the scores from every table, and then it takes them an extra half an hour to go up and update the scores, and by that time they've all changed anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, at least like now people can see all of the table scores at the same time, and it's accurate after every frame. It was a great idea from Lee.
Got all of his tablets off Delboy, didn't he?
I know, yeah. Jody, there would usually be timing in black ball rules, but there's not for this tournament. They did say before the tournament if the time, each session is allocated in the winners section 2.5 hours, and if it goes over that time limit, then they might consider putting a 60-second shot clock in, but they haven't done it so far. Looks like Max is going to be faced with a tough shot up the rail to go 10-9 up.
I think if he takes the straight red, the yellow in open play and screws down for the one on the bottom cuff, leaves himself an angle and then plays that one last.
Unless he wants to, if he disturbs it now, he's guaranteed to be on the one in the middle, which I think he's actually tried to do. That's a good shot.
That's a good shot, yeah. It's going to win him the frame, that is.
If he pots these, it will be the first time he's took the lead in the whole match. Just composing himself, he's left the white on the side cushion, so got it.
10-9, Max. He's going to go another 10-10.
It certainly could be. If Carl gets a good break here, he's I mean, he's got the break, so he's probably favoured to go 10-0. He's lost the white.
Oh dear.
That's the last thing he wanted at 10-9 down.
Could that be his last shot, do you think?
So he's got a tough finish on, Max has, even with a one wasted visit.
That's the worst when you go in off, when you've, like if you break off and the white goes straight enough,
Yeah.
you've played a bad shot, but when it's been kicked in off, balls flying everywhere, then the ball knocks.
Especially when you're down.
Feel twice.
You seem to be,
Yeah.
when you're down, say like 10-9, you just seem to be getting you seem to get a lot less run than when you're ahead.
Yeah.
It wouldn't surprise me if Max took these out. So quite a clever shot because Max has just made sure that there's enough room for the black to go in the bottom left there. Now he's moved that yellow out of the way. Just wants to try and land straightish on this last red. So he can screw back for the bottom left.
Just wants a shot on the
Got
back.
a bit of an angle, so I'd think he'd either play it off the bottom with right hand side off 2 cushions, or play with a lot of left hand side just to come up and down.
I think that's what he's going to do. Check it off the cushion.
Yeah, it looks
Straight
like he's playing it with a lot of left hand side. That's a good shot.
Max has come good at the end.
Yeah, 11-9 win.
Good win.
Good win from Max.
For 5-0 down.
Yeah, he's won. I mean, he's won 11 out of the last 15 frames.
So he was only in front. He was only in front at 9-8. So he's only in front twice in the match, 9-8 and then 10-9.
And then at 10-9, yeah. Right, well, it's been good commentating with you, Ian.
Yeah.
Thanks. I hope to do it again.
Okay,
See
thanks,
you in a
Ross.
bit.